Good. So we will continue from this particular section. That is the section we just learned was about doing the division using the long division method. But this time we are going to move to another aspect of performing the division. And the aspect uses a method that we call synthetic division method. And the synthetic division method can also be used to perform the division expression. So we are still maintaining the function x cubed minus 5x squared plus 4x minus 3 being divided by x minus 2. So if we want to use the synthetic division method, how do we perform it? The steps are here, and the step has been arranged in this particular format for you to know how we perform this particular operation to obtain the same results as the long division. So the first one, arrange the dividend coefficient and insert zeros for missing powers. So look at it very carefully. So we have x cubed minus 5x squared plus 4x minus 3 by x minus 2. So I will arrange this particular dividend coefficient. So the coefficients are 1, minus 5, plus 4, and minus 3. So here are they: 1, minus 5, 4, minus 3. Then the next step, write the synthetic number. So the synthetic number is finding the root of the divisor. So what is the root of the divisor? By equating the divisor to 0. That is finding the origin of the divisor. So I will equate the divisor to 0, which implies that x is equal to 2. So the x equal to 2, the 2 becomes the synthetic number. So that is the 2, the synthetic number. Now, bring down the first coefficient. So here, after writing your coefficient and the synthetic number, I will write my first coefficient. So that is the first coefficient. So the first coefficient is 1. Will be written here. Then the next step, multiply the first coefficient, that is the first coefficient, the first quotient, that is the first coefficient, by the synthetic number. So the first coefficient is 1. That is the 1. So I'm going to multiply 1 by 2. So 1 times 2 give us 2. So have you seen the 2? So 1 times 2 give us the 2. The 2 will be written under the next coefficient. So what is the next coefficient? The next coefficient is minus 5. That is the minus 5. So the 2 will be written here. Then an operation will be performed. That is an addition operation. So add vertically and write the sum below the line. So here, minus 5 plus 2 will give us minus 3. Good. So after doing it, then it means that our next quotient is minus 3. How are we going to move on with the next step? We are going to repeat the same process. So the final line, give quotient and the remainder. So here is minus 3. What are we going to do next? 2 times minus 3 will give us minus 6, so as you see here. Then 4 plus minus 6 will give us minus 2. So we have the minus 2 here. Then repeat the same process. 2 times minus 4 give us minus 4. 2 times minus 2 give us minus 4 rather. So we have the minus 4 here. Then minus 3 plus minus 4 give us minus 7. So the moment you see the results in this form, so here the minus 7 here becomes the remainder, because we are done with the operation, because this is the last coefficient and this is the last operation. So the minus 4 here adding to minus 3 will give us minus 7. So let's move to the next session. Look at the summary of the synthetic division. Start your division by this. Bring down the 1. So the 1 is being brought down here. Then 1 times 2 will give us 2. Obviously, the 1 times 2, the result is 2. So 2 is being written under the 5. Have you seen it? Then minus 5, under the minus 5 rather. Minus 5 plus 3 plus 2 will give us minus 3. Good. After that, minus 3 times 2 will give us minus 6. Minus 6 will be written under the next coefficient, that is 4. Then add them. So 4 plus minus 6 will give us minus 2. Have you seen it? Then 2 times minus 2 will give us minus 4. So the operation is being done here. So minus 2 times 2 is 4. Then out to 3 minus 3 is minus 4, it's not 4, minus 4. Then you add it to minus 3. So when you look at this one, add this one to minus 3. I hope you get that. So you get minus 7. That is the summary of the synthetic division of polynomial division. So here, let's work on more example. Example 2 is here. So with the steps of dividing a polynomial by a divisor using the long division method, find the quotient and the remainder. So we have an expression here which we need to work on. So the dividend will be inside, being arranged in descending order. The divisor is outside in this particular form. So here we perform the operation. So 2x cube divide x, that will give us 2x squared. Then 2x squared will multiply the whole of the divisor. We get this answer. I hope you get it. Then we subtract this expression from the dividend. Then we get the new dividend. Then we continue with the operation where the minus 11x squared will divide the x, will give us minus 11x. Minus 11x times x will give us minus 11x squared. Minus 11x times minus 1 will give us 11x. Because negative, so negative times negative is positive. Then we subtract this result from the new dividend, then we get a new remainder. The new remainder becomes our new dividend because still the degree is equal to x minus 1. So we need to continue. Then we repeat the same process. 15x divided by x will give us positive 15. Then 15 times x will give us 15x. 15 times negative 1 will give us negative 15. Then we subtract the down expression here from the new dividend, then we get minus 9. So as a result, the quotient is 2x squared minus 11x plus 15. The remainder is minus 9. We are going to use the synthetic division, which in this form, we are going to arrange the coefficient of the divisor. So in descending order, so the coefficients are 2, minus 13, 26, and minus 4. Then we find the synthetic number, that is finding the root of the divisor. So the root is 1. That is when you equate x minus 1 to 0, x equal to 1. So the root or the synthetic number is being written at this side. Now, your first task is to write the first coefficient. So the first coefficient is 2. So I'll write the 2 here. So that becomes your first quotient. So 1 times 2 will give us 2 being written under the next coefficient. So minus 13 plus 2 will give us minus 11. Then repeat the same process. 1 times minus 11, minus 11. 26 plus minus 11, it will be positive 15. 1 times 15 is equal to 15. It means we are about to end. That is, the 15 is being written under the last coefficient, that is minus 24. Then we sum them, minus 24 plus 15 give us minus 9. So at this point, we are going to write the coefficient with respect to their powers in descending powers of x. So the coefficient become minus 9. How do you write the quotient? The quotient will be, since cubic is dividing linear, then the result, the quotient will be quadratic. And quadratic starts from x squared. So the first one will be tagged with 2x squared. The next one will be x. The next one will be x power 0. Good. So we are going to write 2x squared as it is written here, minus 11x, here is it, 15, here is it. So the quotient is now 2x squared minus 11x plus 15, and the remainder is minus 9. Good. Now, this is a try work for you. With the steps of dividing a polynomial by divisor using long division method, find the quotient and the remainder. So try your hands on this particular work. With the steps of dividing a polynomial by divisor using the synthetic division method, find the quotient and the remainder. So here, use the synthetic division method, find the remainder and the quotient. Here, to use the synthetic long division method, find the remainder and the quotient, and compare your results. Good. So thank you for listening to this particular section of our studies on polynomial function. and I know this class has been effective and understanding for you. Don't forget to subscribe to this educative channel. Then you can contact me on this particular number for any mathematical educational help concerning high school mathematics education. Thank you.